Hey guys, it's Jen over at worldofjencraft.com, and this is our project for today. I was so excited to be able to show this to you. So I was on YouTube and I ran across a video that Dawn Griffith had done over Dawn's Stampin' Thoughts, where she did this flap over fun fold card. So it's still the same 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but instead of cutting our card base 4 1/4 by 11 or 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, our card base is just that 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then to open it you just use this front DSP here. So this, oh my goodness, I knew as soon as I saw it that I had to make it and show you guys, because this might be a new card for me. We'll see how many I end up making. You know how that goes. I want to do it in every single color and paper. And so the ribbon that I used is a classic weave ribbon, the Soft Sky. And then I did use Lemon Lime Twist for my ink. It's the only ink I used. The Lovely Inside and Out and Lovely Words bundle for this one. And the Layering Circles framelits. Now you can do this in a square and you know, heart, oval, whatever it is you want to do, but this is what I chose for my first one. So I'm sure I'll probably be experimenting and playing with the other ones at a later date. The papers that I used are Night of Navy, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then you're going to need a piece that's big enough to use the Hugs circle, plus we're going to put another circle over the top of it, and I'll go over the dimensions and list them here as well. Then Soft Sky is 4 by 5 1/2, and then another piece that fits a 2 5/8 inch circle, and we're just going to make like a little frame out of this one. Peekaboo Peach is a 3 1/8 inch scalloped circle, and then we are going to cut this into a little frame as well. Whisper White is a 3 1/4 by 5 1/2, and the Naturally Eclectic DSP, love, love, love it. This is 3 1/2 by 6, and you're going to score it at 5 9/16. Now my measurements are slightly different from Dawn's because I have smaller borders in between, and my DSP and my Whisper White are a little bit smaller just because I wanted to make sure that my Whisper White did not peek out from the sides of my DSP when I put this together. But otherwise the rest of the card is how hers is laid out. So I think what I'm going to do is let's just get to cutting. Let's bring out the Big Shot. And I pre-cut what I could, but I wanted to show you how I made the frames and everything to go in here. So we're gonna bring out the Big Shot and our dies. So for the, oh, look at this, I got new plates. Yay, I can see through them again. It is the little things in life, isn't it? I've had those same plates for a year, and I used my Big Shot daily, so it was a time that I got this. All right, so we are going to use the 2 5/8 inch circle. No, I think this is bigger, but I can't remember. But basically, this circle here is going to fit directly over your Hugs die, and so we're just going to end up with a little tiny rim around it as after we cut it. So let's get this cut. That piece is done for now, so let's just get all of this off of here. I'll throw that off to the side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our scalloped circle, and we are going to use this smaller die here. So we're just going to make a small frame out of this. So you want to get this lined up as centered as you can, so your edges are all even. So that looks about right. And I can't say enough good about the magnetic platform, especially when you have good plates on here that are not warped, because it just holds it in place, and you get a pretty darn perfect cut if you line it up right. So let's see. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it. So the next cut that we are going to make, so now we have this frame here. So we're gonna set that aside, and then you're gonna bring back your 2 dies and our Soft Sky cardstock, and these just layer nicely inside of each other. So this is gonna create another little frame. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll this one through, and Then the last thing that we are going to roll through is we're going to take the smaller of these two dies, which I believe is the 2 3/8, and we're going to take our paper here, and I think what I need to do is I need to score this first. So let me bring in my paper trimmer quick so we have the right scoring on this. Now we're going to score this at 5 inches and 9/16. So your 9/16 is just going to be this little tiny notch right after your 5.5. And that is going to be where our flap is going to get adhered down. So now that we have where our flap is, I'm going to bring back my Big Shot in, and we are going to set this down on here, and you're going to place your circle where you want it. Now I kept mine up towards the top so it was even, and to figure that out, I think I'm going to go ahead and fold this over just so I know. Well, maybe not. Okay, so I'm going to put this here where I want my circle to be cut out, and I'm just going to keep my edges even, you know, top and the two sides. And then I'm going to bring in the same die that we cut out the center of it, which here it is. It got covered up by a whole bunch of stuff. So then that's just going to go fit nice and snug in here, and I'm just going to leave it on just to so I don't mess it up as I'm rolling it through. All right, so now that we have all of those cuts out of the way, then we're going to bring in our glue, our fine tip glue pen, and you can use whichever glue you prefer, but I do like the fine tip glue pen for this one. So I'm going to adhere on this Soft Sky, and it's just going to go, I don't know if you guys can see how that left an indentation into my circle here from the other die. So this is going to go right on top of that area. Now once you have this down, then you're going to bring in your hugs, and you're going to adhere this, and it's going to go along the outer edge of your Soft Sky, so that way we have the peak of Soft Sky coming through on this side. You don't have to do it that way. If you wanted to just cut out the scallop circle and stick this on, you would just have the Peekaboo Peach on the inside, but I kind of liked the difference of colors in there. So this one kind of fought me just a little bit, but I think it's because I needed to move this part over and the glue stuck. But so we're going to go ahead and just stick with this as it is. So next we're going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere it to the very front of our DSP. Now I kind of kept my hugs at a little bit of an angle. So then what we're going to do is we're going to start assembling the card itself, starting with our little flap. That flap is going to get adhered to the back side of our Soft Sky cardstock. So you're just going to want to stick some adhesive right here on your flap, and then you're going to put it onto the back side of your Soft Sky cardstock, making sure that the edges are even on either side. So that's just going to go on like that. And then this whole piece is going to get put onto the Night of Navy. And that's just going to get centered from top to bottom. Just like so. And then we're going to take our Whisper White and we're going to adhere it to the center of that. I just absolutely love the way this card turned out. It's so cute. So that's just going to go there. And now I did for my little green, let me bring my card back into the picture here. It just kind of floats off as I move everything around. So to find the center of where you want your stamped image to go, I took the same die that I used to cut out the center of here, and I just stuck it underneath of where I was working, just lining it up with the center of this. And then I'm going to pull it up and just ink this up. And then I'm going to stamp off quick so I don't have, so I want a second generation. And then we're just going to, hopefully I didn't get my head in the way. I think I'm going to pull this down a second. So then you're just going to stamp that into the center of there, and you will have, hopefully, a perfectly centered stamped image. So the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a little bow to go on the front. And if you guys noticed, I did not use Wink of Stella. What? That's crazy talk. No Wink of Stella, no sparkles, no shiny things. So I felt like this card didn't need it, which I know, surprising. Most of my cards I feel like they do. So I'm just gonna kind of work my ribbon, my bow down here to get it to the place that I want it to be. So sometimes I find if I kind of push on this and find out where this is attached, I can make it smaller without affecting the knot really. So I'm going to do the same on this side, and I think I'm going to give one more tug after this, and we should have a pretty decent bow. Yeah, I think that looks kind of good. So we're just going to trim it, and you know me, they never end up the same. And I don't know if I think I might trim those a little bit smaller because I don't think I like that length. That looks about right. And then I'm going to grab a little glue dot and stick that down. And then we will be done with this card. So while it is a little bit detailed as far as, you know, all of the cutting of the circles and everything, it's a pretty simple card. And I think it's just kind of a fun change from our normal, you know, the normal cards that we make. So a little something different. So that's it, guys. This is our card. Isn't that just adorable? I love, love, love it. And, you know, kind of going along with maybe a sympathy card. I don't know, maybe it's too bright, but it is kind of cheery. So you could use it for sympathy. You could use it for a friend who's just kind of having a you know, bad day, bad week, or just kind of, you know, struggling a little bit. Or just as a hugs, just sending someone a hug. So I love the way it turned out. Thank you, thank you, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I will have all the dimensions in a PDF format that you guys can print out if you so wish. The directions, if you would like, just come back to the video, which is going to be on my website, World of Jen Craft, or here on YouTube for you to go back to. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.